Hello, I'm Theolyn, and I'm back with the Bridge of Stars. I've just taken one day off for myself because I think that's really important once a week to have your holy day holy for yourself. Doesn't matter which day it is actually, but just give yourself some time out. So here we are, Bridge of Stars, and following our usual pattern, I'm going to show you another angel script character. So the character for today is Vor. Now, I just want to say something about the messages that come with these characters because they feel like a gift. The Vor is the gift. They feel like a gift that came to me, and then I thought perhaps they would be good to share with people. And that was when we created the original deck of angel script cards, and I shared them with people. But they don't feel as though they belong to me, they are for sharing. So today, from the little book, got my yellow marker, I'm going to read you the whole of the channeled message. And I read it to myself this morning when I knew this was the character we were going to be working with. And I was profoundly moved by it because when I read these back, which came to me, we're getting on for 30 years ago now, even then they felt like they didn't belong to me or they hadn't come from my intellect or my concepts. They came as a gift from somewhere. The gift comes easily. Heaven is unconditionally generous when we set aside our fear and anxiety. All things come to us like presents on a child's birthday. Opening the heart to the divine allows the flow of gifts to move unchecked. When we understand the abundance and benevolence of heaven, we too are able to give freely. Often we are locked in a prison of doubt, which inhibits the easy exchange of love and the supreme magic which love carries in its wake. The key for this prison is not hidden. It resides in our own pocket. If we feel like exiles from the divine source of abundance, it is because we have closed the doors through which the bringer of gifts enters. The gift is ours without asking. It arrives from a never empty sack, and we do not fear to ask for more. Nor will we receive less than we ask. We will not receive a stone when we ask for bread. In turn, we watch and care for those around us, bringing gifts into their lives. The divine outpouring is ever present. A canopy of protection hangs above and around us. Each day, gifts arrive in our lives quietly and unobtrusively. Look for the gifts you have already. Do not be afraid to ask for more. Ask for what is true and appropriate, be it large or small, and it will come to you. And we've noticed over the last few weeks how generous people are being with their time and with their resources. There's so much more sharing of personal gifts and personal thoughts and the will to help your neighbour, help other people. Very rich people are donating much more than they would normally donate. Poorer people are donating their time and their love and attention and their blessings and their intentions. So those are all gifts. You probably know the story of the lady or the woman who comes to the temple and doesn't have any money, and she gives her widow's mite. And we all know the UK. We know the story of the elderly man who did a fundraiser by using his Zimmer frame to walk around the very small area of his care home, because he wanted to do 100 laps before his 100th birthday, and he asked people to support him and to bring, some money he could give to the NHS. And the money just went across the border, He was hoping for a few thousand, and he got a few million. So that's what happens when people create gifts out of appearing to have nothing. Nothing but his willpower, nothing but his Zimmer frame, nothing but his intention to make a difference. So often in my workshops with this card, I suggest that people draw it out for themselves. So you've got one little orb at the top and 3 at the bottom, and it's coming down almost like it's raining down on you. You could stand at the bottom of this shower of light coming down. So think of the top orb perhaps as an angel or a bringer of gifts, and it's showering 3 gifts in this particular case. 3. So go away and think of 3 gifts that you have in your life. And another way to think of it is to think of yourself as the top orb of light and think of 3 gifts that you could give away. So there we have the gift. Think about it. So, I'm on a bit of a trail to share archangels with you, mainly because from Monday the 4th of May, I'm going to be offering you, in addition to the Bridge of Stars, a free Path Working with Archangels course. If you come to this video and you haven't heard about that course yet, do check out my website and you'll find the way to access the PDFs and the content that you need. And all you need for it is that background content, and then just to watch every other day, to watch a series of YouTube videos. And those YouTube videos will be up there, so if you can't come into them right from the beginning because you don't see this till later, or you come in for other reasons, you can't watch every other day, they will still be there for you. And I'm going to be sharing in some depth some inspirations about how to work with the archangels in your life and what they could mean for you, and how you can connect with their energy in order to inspire and uplift your own personal daily life. So, because this is a recording for a Monday, I'm going to share with you, Oriel. I think I need my little platform for her, just a tick. Bring the platform back. Take down 4. Sorry for that, I just haven't managed that very well. Be patient. I have to be patient with myself sometimes. There's Oriel. Now, Oriel, in the system that you find in the angel script, although not in classical Kabbalah particularly, necessarily, the Oriel is the archangel for the moon. And here we have this feminine, very feminine archangel with a lion for her strength and with a child for her nurturing qualities. So Oriel in many ways is very reminiscent of the qualities and archetypal qualities of all feminine goddesses. And that's why I wanted to mention to you today, if you're interested in getting deep into the goddess, the best possible book to read is The Myth of the Goddess by Anne Baring and Jules Cashford. It was published about 30 years ago, and I met and worked with Anne in the 1990s, and she very kindly gave me this signed copy. And it's one of the treasures that I have in my library. And Anne and her co-author, Jules Cashford, did a very deep, long, exacting study, but very readable, of the story of the goddess and how she was sidelined basically in Western culture. And I think it's a really important topic at the moment, because if there is any kind of conspiracy going on to lock down Western culture, it might be that the goddess, is having some conversations at a higher level and saying, these human beings need to, rein in their appetite for consumption and the damage that they're doing for Mother Earth, and we need a bit more common sense around here. So one can imagine, as somebody suggested, that the mother is putting us in the naughty room and asking us to reconsider how we relate to each other and to our planet. So in the Path Working with Archangels course, I will have much more time to go in deeper into the moon goddess. Actually, in many ancient civilizations, the moon was not a goddess but a god. But that's a bit of another story. Now, also, because we only have 7 days in the week, we don't necessarily have a day for her companion, who will be mentioned in the Path Working with Archangels course, just to give it another plug. And he is Sandalphon. So Sandalphon is Sandalphon is a compatriot, a companion for Oriel. But we, again, I'm not making a very good fist of this today. Here we are. There's Sandalphon. I'm not giving him superiority. I was hoping I could show them side by side, but that's a little bit complicated. But Sandalphon is the companion for Oriel, who is the moon, and Sandalphon is the guardian for the earth. And of course, because we only have 7 days, we don't have a day for Earth Day, actually. We only have a day for all the other gods, all the other heavenly bodies. But Sandalphon is the consort for the moon, who, in astronomical terms, the Earth and the moon are what you call a binary constellation, because the Earth and the moon are dancing around each other all the time. So there we have Sandalphon. I'll put him away quietly, but we can come back to him if you'd like to follow Path Working with Archangels. How many times have I mentioned that? So now we come to the Bridge of Stars. There we go. And I came across something really beautiful, which connects in with many ways with what I've just been talking about. It's called Song of the Sky Loom. O our Mother the Earth, O our Father the Sky, your children are we, and with tired backs we bring you the gifts you love. Then weave for us a garment of brightness. May the warp be the white light of morning. May the weft be the red light of evening. May the fringes be the falling rain. May the border be the standing rainbow. So weave for us a garment of brightness, that we may walk fittingly where birds sing, that we may walk fittingly where grass is green. Oh, our mother, the earth. Oh, our father, the sky. Stay joyful, and I'll be back tomorrow.